Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. Just give it a couple of minutes, let some people jump on here, and then we'll get right into it. I'm currently sick, guys, so that's why I haven't been doing lives in the morning. But let's just let a couple people jump on. Give it like 2 minutes, and then we'll get right into it. Some price targets for the day. Hope everybody's ready for another weekend. Sorry, guys, I can't breathe out my nose, so. Good morning, Amber. Good morning. Just gonna give it another minute or so, and then we'll get into it. Alright, let's jump into it, guys. On AMD, there was a nice gap fill reversal yesterday. So obviously there was a gap here at 76.98. Filled the gap, reversed. Has that nice M pattern, that M-ish pattern on the 1 hour chart. There is a gap down below here at 70.14, guys. That needs to be filled. It might fill it today, it might not. It might not fill it, 93% of gaps all get filled, so it's below previous day low right now, so looks like there was a nice little, let me jump to the 5 real quick. Okay, so there's no gaps. There's a gap below here, but see how it bounced right here, guys? Look to the left. See how it's using the top of the wicks as this as support. So obviously it's going to need to break this support right around here. See the top of the wick? See how it lines up perfectly with these over here? Boom, boom. See how it bounced both times? So it needs to turn that into resistance. So it does look like we have a nice W-ish pattern forming right here on the 5 minutes. See how it's like a W forming? Like I said in plenty of my other videos, I don't really like to play out of the range. I like to play near like the previous day low or previous day high. So I honestly would just stay away from this until it comes back to previous day low, and then reevaluate. That's just because when it opens outside the range, it could either come back into the range and die, or it could skyrocket. I like to see what it does at this level. So this would be the level I'm watching it for. If it comes back up, or at least the 50, at least retest the 50 and then fall off. But so for calls, I would have to go had to be like right here at 73.90, 73.91, and then my first price target would be previous day low at 74.27. Then if that makes that support, my next price target would be right here at 74.75. And then for the calls right here at 75.22, guys. Mark these down, guys. Mark these down. Trust me. you want to have these levels marked down. And for the puts, obviously it's going to have to be below this area because there's support right here at 72.14. So it'd have to be below that. So I would say go 71.91 would be my put trigger. From here, my first price target would be right here at 71.44. My next price target would be right here at 70.51. And then my next price target would be 70.14 at the gap fill. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon's been really toppy right here. So I'd look for a rejection right around here. If it does not reject our previous day high, look to the left, guys. Look how top. Every time it comes up here to this level, smack down, smack down. So if it makes this level support, it's going to take the next leg up. So just keep that in mind on Amazon. Let's mark the 200 real quick on the 5 minute. I just want to see where that is because I use the 5 minute to play. So for calls, obviously it's going to have to be above previous day high, which it looks like it's going to blast right through it this morning. But like I said, look, every time it comes up to this level, it gets rejected, see? So just keep that in mind. Guys, I'm sick, so don't mind me. I'm not feeling well. I'm all stuffy. I think I got a head cold, but just going to roll with the punches. If you guys could like that stream, I'd really appreciate it. Hi, good morning, Venus. So on Amazon, just look. It looks like it's going to be a strong breakout, guys, on Amazon. But so for calls, I would go like. I'm just going to really look for rejection at this level. But if not, like I said, if it makes it support, it's going to take the next leg up. So I would say to go calls, I would say 99.96 would be my call trigger since it's already kicking and rejected above these wicks. And then my first price target to the upside would be 101.35. Then 103.18. And then there's a huge gap to be filled all the way up here, guys, at 110.92. 110.92. So, and then there's 107.81 in the gap fills, which will be resistance as well. So just keep that in mind on Amazon. It does look like it's having a strong breakout, but let's see how it opens. You know, at 9:30 it could come down and retest it. So just keep that in mind for that. If it fails to make previous day high support, because look to the left, it's pretty toppy around this area right here. Then you get puts and ride it down. So if you see it spike up early this morning, but see it got rejected again, see if it failing to break out, failing to break out, failing to break out, failing to break out, and then it gets below previous day high, you get in and ride the puts down, guys. Which my put trigger would be 99 right here, 99.18. My first price target would be right here at 98.89. My next price target will be right here. See how everything just lines up beautifully? 98.60. Then right here 98.32, and then 98.04, guys. Good morning, Logan. Let's go over Apple real quick. You see it's been on a nice uptrend on the hourly chart. Again, I'm going to look for rejection around this level right here. I just wanted to mark the 200, guys, on the 5, so I know where it is when I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, which is way down here in the middle of the range. So I'm going to look for rejection here. If it gets above previous day high, go long. And watch for rejection here, you know, to go short. So for the calls, it looks pretty toppy right here. Let me see. It's been on a nice uptrend, guys. So the 200 on the daily is right here. And that's going to be, as you can see, that's a huge level. Every time it gets up to the 200, see? 200, can't make it support. Can't make it support. Can't make it support. Gets above it. Can't make it support. Can't make it support. So, this is a huge level right here at 146.52. So yeah, if it gets above, this is where you're gonna look for a rejection as well at 146.52, guys. So above previous day high, if it makes it support, it could run up to 146.52. If it gets rejected here, then it could go down to the 200 at 142.83. So just keep that in mind. I gotta get a drink of water. Give me a second, guys. Let's go over Tesla. I played earnings on Tesla, and it's up today. I did a straddle, so I got 150 calls on Wednesday right before close. I got 150 calls and 140 puts. I knew one side would be a total wash, and one side would be a nice winner if we had a, big move. We did have a big move. I sold it for, I think, at 159 at market open yesterday. I wanted to make it like $600 profit. So it's just, when you have earnings and you're expecting a big move, it was just a no-brainer play because I knew if it tanked, I'd make money, or if it ran, I'd make money. So sometimes it's good just to have a straddle. Yes, one side will be a total loss, but as long as you have a nice move, it'll pay off, and it paid off. So the puts were, a total loss at 100%, but I made 167% on the calls. So I made pretty much 67% because I had to make up for the loss. Came out to like a $634 gain. So, Tesla sitting above previous day high right now. It's above the there's a gap down here at 152.15, so keep that in mind on Tesla. It's above the 200. It is overbought on the 4-hour time period. I'd love to see it come back and retest this, and then see if it's true support or not. So there's a huge gap that needs to be filled all the way down to 144.86, and it will fill. I'm telling you, it will fill. It's just going to take some time. Right now it's above the 50 on the daily. So yeah, that's what I'm just going to watch for. I'm going to see if it can make previous day high support or not. And if it fails, then I'll just, because it's going to open outside the range, guys. Like I've been telling you, I only like to play around here. I don't like to play in the middle of the range. Will I? Yes. When it opens below it or above it, which obviously this is most likely going to open above the range, I'm just going to wait for it to come and retest the range, guys. And if it retests the range, then I'll evaluate. If it comes down here and it looks like it's making it support, then I'll go long. If it's breaking into it, then I'll go short, and then I'll try to get the gap fill. Or I'll just wait, depending, and then try to get the gap fill reversal from here back up to the previous day high. So there's a couple scenarios. We could open up above it, come and retest it, and run. It could open and just run. It could open, test it, fail to make it support, die to the gap fill, then reverse, go back up, then use it as support and run, or it could use it as resistance and fall. So there's a couple different ways this thing could go this morning. It's always best to have a plan. When you have a plan in place, you just stick to it this way. And hesitation's a big thing, guys. If you hesitate on a move, then if you don't execute, then just keep watching it, have patience, and another opportunity will represent itself to you guys. So let's go to Meta real quick. Meta's towards the top of the range, so I'd be interested in Meta. So that's just me. Like I said, I like to play the range at the top of the range or the bottom of the range, not in the middle of it. That's just me. It's just something that I like to do. So see it, test it, makes it support, calls. If it makes it resistance, puts. It does look like it's curling over. Everything looks like it's starting to curl over on the later time frame. So we'll just have to see. It is overbought. Yesterday was overbought pretty much most of the day. Let's go to the daily real quick. It's even overbought. Obviously, as you can see, it's been running for days. So there's huge resistance here at 184.97, and there's also resistance right here at 154.45. So those would be price targets to the upside. But yeah, does anybody have any stocks they want me to go over? Because I'm going to jump off here. I'm not really feeling well. My throat's really messing with me. But if anybody has any stocks or any questions, type it in the chat. We'll take care of you. I want to jump off here, take some meds before the market opens. Good morning. So if you type any stocks in the stock chat, the ticker, I'll go over them for you. If not, I'm going to jump off here, guys. I'm just not feeling well. My throat is tore up, so. Any questions? Any questions? For all the people in here that are in here, like Venus, Amber, Logan, Miss Naya, I'll see you guys in the Discord this morning. Have a good one, guys. I'm going to jump off here.